Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Dylan here. We have a major bombshell today from Joe Rogan that you do not want to miss. He just came out and revealed the truth about everything going on and about how many people are coming out to, he's just exposing the truth about the celebrities, about the left, about the Democrats, and about everything going on right now that you do not want to miss. So please make sure to like the video. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Before we dive in, we're going to read the Bible and pray because God comes first. Amen. Comment amen down below if you believe God comes first. Today's Bible reading comes from Romans chapter 12. Brothers and sisters, in view of all we have just shared about God's compassion, I encourage you to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, dedicated to Him and pleasing to Him. This kind of worship is appropriate for you. Amen. So comment amen down below, my brothers and sisters. And now let's bring on Joe Rogan, baby. So Joe Rogan just had on Theo Vaughn on his podcast, and they started to reveal about the political endorsements by celebrities and how they just don't work.
Even if you're just by the airport or whatever, sometimes I wish they'd be like, can someone turn all this shit off? It's like, you don't even know what's going on anymore. In the middle of the night, I'll have like songs playing in my head that I heard on like TikToks and shit. It's just bad. Like, it's gotten to be too much. But I think that what I'm saying is if somebody had all that control at one point, or if a few networks did, there's no way that now that they have less control, they're not still trying to find that control. 100%. And that they're hiring different groups to be Twitter bots or Twitter personalities or whatever.
Make TikTok accounts,
100%.
do TikToks about issues. People have said flat out that they were offered money and then they got paid money to make things for political people, like make people think that they were really excited about voting for someone. They would pay them for pro content,
right?
So pro whatever that person is. Like there's a whole business in this where they reach out to popular influencers and they say, "Hey, I want you to endorse this person. Would you do that for X amount of money?"
Well, didn't that happen with like Megan Thee Stallion or somebody? Weren't they hired recently or and I'm sure the Republican Party did it too. I think that was a Democratic one that they had, where they hire performers to come and perform.
Yeah, this was the big controversy. We tried to get to the bottom of it. It's hard to know. So the accusation was that there was a few artists. Lizzo was one of them.
Yeah, that's
Eminem
was
another one.
And by the way, this just came out moments ago. This is a new update as of January 8th, just so you guys are all aware.
Beyonce was the big one.
Right.
And that they were paid an exorbitant amount of money to go and endorse Kamala Harris at these rallies. I don't know if it's true. It seems like there might be something to it. They spent so much money, dude. It's so crazy that the economy is like one of the biggest problems that we think of today. Like if you think of,
like, what do you mean the economy?
The economy, like if
okay,
people
the U.S.
worried,
economy.
The people that want to vote on things. What do they want? They want the economy to be healthier. They want us to have less national debt.
Safety.
They want less inflation. They want safety. They want low crime. If that is the amount of fucking money they went through, like you spent $1.5 billion and you paid celebrities to it. If that's true, you paid celebrities to, like, how am I supposed to trust you with spending money?
That is actually such a good freaking point. If we saw, what we saw, how Kamala Harris and Tim Walz spent their own money on their campaign, how poorly they spent it, just imagine how bad they would have been overseeing the U.S. economy. That's a really good point, Joe.
You imagine if you were going to marry a gal and you just gave her access to your credit card. You're like, look, baby, you and me, we're in it now, so
here you go,
I want you to be happy. And she just goes fucking ham.
Yeah,
but she says, hey, I'm only doing this
amulets
up until we get married.
Yeah.
Wow, Joe Rogan's going hard on Kamala now, guys. I think he's really joined the Trump train, finally.
Because once then I'm all about a sensible budget. I'm all about fiscally being responsible.
You couldn't believe that.
You wouldn't believe it.
Not at all.
You'd be like, wait a minute, like, you've been going crazy with these fucking handbags and jewels and shit.
You'd be like, I'm not marrying you then because, yeah, we have too much shit. I can't even see you in the apartment now.
Also, I can't trust you with the credit cards. You're a fucking maniac.
Yeah, would you want to marry someone who racks up just so many credit cards on bulk? I'm not talking about, whatever. But you got a leak in your home, or you got a flat tire and you got to put that on a credit card because you don't got enough, whatever, that's fine. I'm talking about you're someone racking up credit card debt, buying balloons and race cars and handbags and knickknacks and this and that, and oh my god, I actually racked up 40 grand in credit card debt buying this, and oh yeah, that's a good person that you want running the money in your household.
Dude, I had this roommate for a while, this dude, and he would get all high out in the living room, and he would get these empty boxes, cardboard boxes, and he had a couple cats, and he'd get out there and he would have them do tricks and stuff up the box. He'd stack them really high in the living room. So like a 20-foot ceiling. And he'd get stoned. He'd get upset if I didn't come out and watch. Fucking weird is that, dude?
Meanwhile, that guy can vote.
Yeah.
That's the kind of guys go, whoa, Megan Thee Stallion. Is that who she's voting for? Well, fucking sign me up.
He would get pissed if I didn't come out and watch, dude.
That's what's crazy. Is like they spend money to make sure that people think that famous people will vote for them.
I don't think anybody, dude. I don't even believe that there's famous. This it doesn't even seem like a real thing anymore. It's like the other. Like I was just texting with Nikki Glazer did the whatever it's called, Golden Globes, right?
That's what it was, right?
Yeah, she hosted the Golden Globes. And
she killed it.
She did a great job, right? She did a great job, and she was like just confident and fun and it was awesome. She did a great job. So I was just texting her saying, "Hey, congrats, that was awesome." And I said, "Were you nervous at all? There's a lot of famous people." And then she's like, "No." And I was like, and then I was thinking, it doesn't even seem like people are that fame has kind of gotten different over the years. Does it seem like that at all? I think because some of the most popular people aren't. It used to just be like they were movie stars, But now it seems like it's just changed. Like you could have just as much infatuation for somebody that you saw that made an entertaining video on Instagram as you could for Tom Cruise, Well,
what?
Do you know what I'm saying? Am I making any sense?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I think one of the worst things that's happened to actors is they talk outside of acting.
Like Robert De Niro, like Leonardo DiCaprio. These guys are professional liars. Why would we trust Robert De Niro, who gets paid to lie, to act? Acting is lying, all right? Look, it's a good skill because humans, we're not natural liars, right? We grow up as kids. Kids are honest. That's why people, it's refreshing to be around children because they don't lie. They'll tell you right to your face, I don't like that dress on you. They just say it, right? You don't learn to lie until, later on, you know what I mean? So it's like actors are professional liars. Why would we trust them to tell us the truth about Kamala Harris?
It's almost the worst thing you could do because then everybody it changes your opinion of who they are.
Yeah.
You don't like them as much anymore.
Well, in Hollywood, all was always one way. Remember 4 years ago, you couldn't even say the word Trump or Republican, and you would be fucking ostracized. I mean, it was or 8 years ago.
I'm sure it's probably still like that now. In Hollywood, we're just not experiencing it because you're living in Nashville and I'm living here in Texas. But if you're in certain circles in Los Angeles, they still feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's just I wonder how much of the division in this country is caused by what we were talking about, by this thing that's legal. And again, I think it should be legal. I don't think you should have to tell your fucking name if you want to talk shit about something that's going on that affects your life or that affects your job or that affects your kid's school. You shouldn't be subject to fucking prosecution because you said something about the school board because you just felt like being an anonymous person saying they're a bunch of fat slobs and retards and you wanted to say that, but you couldn't say that because then you would get in trouble with your kids would get in trouble and this and that.
Well, that's what's happening in England right now, isn't it?
It 100% is. It 100% is.
Is that
is
and that's really happening?
Yes, it's really happening. You can't give people that much fucking control. You can't give people that much control over what offends them or what offends people, what you could say, what you can't say.
Can you imagine if they would come at the end of every episode, they'd be waiting outside of your
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. This is a new thing. This wasn't England 10 years ago, all right? This is a new thing, and it's a scary thing. It's a really scary thing. They arrested thousands of people for social media posts.
Yeah, if you still support, I'm in Southern California, but there are so many liberals here still who just, they watch Joy Reid, they watch Rachel Maddow, they throw up pictures of Kim Jong-un and Putin. Right after Trump got announced that he won, it was Rachel Maddow, I believe. She threw up a picture. Oh, here's the types of people you've seen Trump he's gonna be like. Kim Jong-un, Stalin, and Putin. I'm like, they're just shoving this crazy narrative down your throat, even after America voted for Trump. It's crazy. Let me know your thoughts on this one down below.